Hi guys, I'm the Lag Dr. Clay Ballard, and today I have a couple questions for you. How many of you are struggling with casting in the downswing and losing that lag? How many of you are struggling with hitting behind the ball and chunking some shots? Now, how many of you would like to have some more forward shaft lean and impact so you can really compress that golf ball? Well, if you've answered yes to any of these, this video is going to be great for you. I'm going to go over one of the leading causes of all of these issues and walk you through a step-by-step process to help you improve with that so you can start hitting more solid shots and compressing the golf ball. I'm really excited to work on this with you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Also, if you're joining us on YouTube, be sure to stick around to the end. I have some awesome bonuses for you guys. Okay, so first off, let's get started on talking about what is the cause of the issues that I'm talking about. And we've talked about one half of this in a lot of the rotary swing videos. We talked about using the left arm properly and how if you use this left arm properly, the bottom of your swing arc is going to be under your left shoulder and kind of on the outside of your left ankle there. That's going to be the lowest point of your swing. And you'll see many great players doing this. Players like Tiger Woods, Adam Scott, Justin Rose, and many other professional golfers doing that exact same motion. So we know how to do this, and we have several videos addressing this. 5 minutes of the perfect release, left arm in the downswing. But what about the right arm? So if the left arm naturally wants to ground out under the left shoulder and create this straight line, what would the right arm want to do? Well, it's going to want to ground out way back here under the right shoulder. And that's what we have to fight in golf. We have to train this right arm to make the correct motions so that it comes up across your body, gets in front of the left shoulder so that the club's going to be grounding out and both arms are going to be working together to get you to hit down and through that golf ball and to compress the golf ball. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. All right, so to get started, the best way to work on this problem is to first train the body how to move correctly. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and stand up out of your chair if you're watching this and sitting down. You can practice this at home. And I want you to go ahead and put your left arm straight down under your left shoulder. Let's go ahead and get our weight on our left side, so about 80 to 90% of our weight's on our left side. We can go ahead and open the hips up a little bit, and really what we're doing here is we're simulating impact. So I'm going to be coming down, making a good impact position here. So my left arm is straight down, kind of in front of my left leg here. And now what I want you to do is I want you to angle your wrist back about 10 or 15 degrees, and that's going to simulate the motion that our hands need to make when we have forward shaft lean at impact. So let's go ahead and do this. And then what I want you to do here, we're going to start working on this right arm. I want you to clap into this right arm and match that angle that you have with your left hand. That's going to allow you to get used to this right arm coming across the body and then hitting this left hand and still having some forward shaft lean. So let's go ahead and do this about 100 times. And I want you to check this each time and make sure that your shoulders are also square. I don't want my shoulders opening up. So I don't want my right arm coming across my body and doing this. I want my right arm working across my body and then having that good forward shaft lean angle. So do that about 100 times, and we'll go ahead and get started with the next piece. Okay, so now that we're done training the body and we've gotten the correct motion with our arms, we're going to go ahead and start adding the club into the equation. After this, we're going to be hitting a ball. But first here, let's go ahead and get an impact bag. If you don't have an impact bag, you should order one immediately. They're very inexpensive and one of the best training aids that you can buy. We use them a lot for a lot of different drills on the website. So I'm going to set up the back of this impact bag where the ball would be at impact here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my body. I'm going to have my weight on my left side, hips a little bit open, shoulders are going to be square to impact. I'm going to go ahead and put my left arm behind my body here. And then I'm going to work on doing that same motion where I'm just going to let this club fall down into that impact bag. And I'm working on having this forward shaft lean and having my right arm work across my body. So I'm going to go ahead and do about 100 repetitions of this and then check each time to make sure that I'm getting this forward shaft lean. It's happening very, very easily. I don't have to force it. One thing you want to be aware of is to not make sure, and this is something I see a lot of people do when they do this incorrectly, is they push and actually don't have very much forward shaft lean at impact. They hit the bag first and then they push their hand up there. So I actually want my hand to be in front of this bag and in front of my left thigh as I make contact with the bag. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this a couple times, presetting everything where I want to be. Now I'm just working on hitting that bag and having the forward shaft lean. So go ahead and do this about 100 times, and then we'll be ready to put a ball in front of us and start taking this into more of a real swing type situation. Okay, so you followed along with me this far. Now we're ready to incorporate the ball. This is when it starts to get a little bit more difficult, so you want to make sure that you take your time, videotape these swings, and make sure that you're doing them correctly. So we're going to do actually the exact same thing that we did in the last video. Weight on the left, hips a little bit open, shoulders square, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a little tiny swing with my right arm, let that club fall into the ball, and I want to make sure that this ball is coming out very, very low and kind of scooting across the ground. That's going to ensure that at impact, my club has some forward shaft lean, and then I have a little bit of, lag angle as I'm coming down, and I'm really going to compress this shot. So you can do this with maybe about a 7-iron, middle iron. That would probably be the best to help you judge. Now, I don't want this ball to get any more than about a foot off the ground. So let me go ahead and do this again. Again, I'm going to go ahead and make sure my shoulders are square, and then that club's just going to fall down into the ball. That ball didn't get more than 6 inches off the ground. So work on that. Do a couple hundred repetitions with this. Really get comfortable, and then we'll be ready to start to put both hands on there and make a little bit faster swings. Now that I've trained the right arm independently, it's time to start putting both hands on the club and then making a little bit fuller swings. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up my camera and I'm going to check these swings to make sure that these motions are correct. If I start to struggle, I'm going to go back and try to exaggerate even more and more with just the right arm only, getting more and more forward shaft lean, and keep on getting comfortable with that until I'm comfortable enough where I can take that with both hands. So let's go ahead and do the same thing here with both hands on the club. So here I'm going to start from address. I'm going to make a little mini swing, and then I'm just going to hit a nice easy shot working on that forward shaft lean and getting my right arm across my body. There we go. So that ball stayed nice and low to the ground. I know I had some forward shaft lean because I was taking loft off the club. So if you're doing this correctly, a couple of checkpoints that you're going to want to use are making sure that at impact with a middle iron, I want about 8 degrees or so of forward shaft lean. And for now, if you're struggling with casting, you're struggling to hit behind the ball, you're going to make sure that if anything, you get a little bit extra. So if you start hitting a little too low, that's okay. We'll work on that later. But let's get at least 8 to 10 degrees of forward shaft lean. And then when that club's vertical with the ground, I want it to be all the way up here outside my left ankle. So if I'm doing that correctly, I'm creating some lag, I'm getting some forward shaft lean, and it's in the process of releasing right under my left shoulder as we've been working on. So keep on practicing this at slow motion, and then gradually speed that up and get a little bit faster each time, only after you've checked it on camera to make sure that the motions are correct. I really enjoyed working with this for you guys, and I can't wait to help you more with your golf game. Good luck with your forward shaft lean. I'll see you all soon. There's an awesome feature I'd like to show you guys, and this is our swing reviews, and this is included with your premium membership. And what we'll do, you can upload your swing, we'll compare you to pro swings, and we'll give you an actual lesson, an online lesson here, going over your swing, talking about exactly what you need to work on, and walking you through the entire Rotary Swing system. So you have a certified Rotary Swing coach that'll be giving you the review, and it's really an awesome deal. This is included with your premium membership for as little as $15 a month. And you get 2 of these once every 2 weeks, so you get 2 of these per month, and it's just a fantastic deal because most of our instructors, I think all of our instructors, charge over $100 an hour, and now you have the opportunity to get this, step-by-step process throughout the system and have your coach that kind of leads you through it and shows you exactly what to do for a very, very low cost. So it's a really cool feature. I thought you guys might want to see that. As a bonus to you guys, I'm going to attach a preview of a premium video. If you want to watch the rest of that video, go ahead and click on the link that'll pop up in the bottom right, and then that'll take you to somewhere you can sign up for your free membership. Decide if you like the Rotary Swing and it really goes with what you want to do, and then you can become a premium member and take advantage of these swing reviews. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing you guys much more in the future. I'll talk to you soon.
In the Lose the Right Hand drill, I started talking about how you get a speedy release of the golf club without you having to put any effort into it whatsoever. For a lot of golfers, releasing the club is a foreign concept. They've never actually released the club. They use their body. And then the problem with that is if your body keeps turning through impact, the club head and your body have to move at a more relative constant speed together versus letting my body stop and the club can move very fast and my body doesn't have to do anything. In fact, the club can actually release faster as my body slows down and I transmit energy up the chain into the club. So learning how to release the club and let that right hand come off is really important, but obviously we don't play golf left-handed, although I have a lot of students who ask me if they can after they work through these drills that you're about to learn now. What I'm going to do is work through the sequence of how to learn to release the club very, very slowly until you start building the proper movements in there. So here's what I do with all my students. The first thing when they're learning how to release this left hand is we take the right hand completely out of the equation. If you're someone who pushes really hard from the right side or flips that right hand, this is critical. You do not skip this step. You want to start learning how to release the club properly to get into a proper impact position. So at first, what